Say hey everyone, welcome into another edition of Say Hey Plays. My name is Jose Bouquett. Thanks everyone for watching as always. Appreciate you guys. It's going to be a short Say Hey Plays today. Most of the breaking down of the games was done earlier today. I'm betting with the bag, so if you guys want the full breakdowns of anything you missed, go check out that as well. You know where the fucking link is to the show. It's in the Ye Old Pub Sports Radio YouTube. So you're already here. Check it out. But if you want some new information on the games, I'll bring you some here. Some line movements. One very particular interesting to me because I guess they went from a dog to or a favorite to a dog. So it's very interesting. So we'll talk about that here shortly. But a lot of fun stuff. Earlier today, I'm betting with the bag. So I just want to reinforce again, just go check that out if you want the full breakdown of everything that happened. But overall, it's a great show, and I cannot complain about it one bit. So, thanks everyone for watching this show. By the way, a little weather update from J Rowe from his Boston weather report. And yes, he meant to do that. 76 Boston Red Sox. It hurts. That hurts, Jay. I read right over it because I'm dyslexic apparently, but that hurts. 76 at game time, partly cloudy, 4 to 5 mile per hour wind blowing in from right field. A beautiful night for baseball and potentially a Sox win. So thank you, Jay. Brian Watson in here as well. Viper MB, Alex Gagnon. Thanks for watching. Reds first five under. I think you were. Is that what I said? I don't know. Andrew, try that again. Sorry. One more time. Johnny Gunn's in here. After talking about it on Jimmy's show, let's cook up a parlay. You know what? Sure, Johnny. Let's try to cook up a parlay for everyone today. I'll try to keep that in mind for the show. Rocco Rogers in here as well. Thank you for joining me. Let's waste no more time. Let's get right into it. Say Hey Plays 109. Say Hey 109 officially underway. Thanks everyone for watching again. We'll start with this game, which is truly a snooze fest in my eyes. Shout out to Ron Crawford, whose spreadsheet play of the day was the Cincinnati Reds. I don't hate it. I'd lean that way, but this was the game that I just really didn't have any feel on. Braxton Garrett, young lefty, pitched well against the Pirates back to back starts. This just in, the Pirates aren't very good. Giants aren't very good, so I don't know how much stock I can take into that. Luis Castillo, probably his last start. Excuse me, probably his last start as a Red, and that's what Lib Picks is saying here. Goes out with a bang. I think so. That's what I would lean towards here. It'll be interesting to see what happens, and if you'll see me looking up that way. I'm watching the Nationals, who absolutely shit the bed this today. I can't even say the Nationals really shit the bed. It was more Patrick Corbin. So no shout out to Patrick Corbin, who really got my day started off rocky. I should go over all my plays that I have official right now. That record right there, I should up there, is a little stale because that is the record going into today. Some plays have been decided, like Nationals first five and Nationals money line. No way those are hitting. Giants money line or Giants first five minus a half was a 2-2 push after, or it wasn't even a push. I guess for me it was a loss, but you get what I mean there. A 2-2. Webb gave up a run in the fourth. Pretty backbreaking there. I have not seen, or I don't have any of the other scores in front of me right now, so I'll give it a little peek see here. But it's been a rocky start so far. 2-1, bottom seven for Seattle Mariner or for Seattle and Rangers. Jesus, I had the over seven there. That sucked. That sucks. That sucks. The Twins Brewers game goes mega over. I don't have that, but that was a good shout for the people on it. Rockies are up early. The A's first five plus a half plus 105 is a casher for me, so it's not all losers so far. Thank you to my man Cole Irvin, the Astros killer. Apparently, Astros killer. So who will trade for the Astros killer at the trade deadline? I don't know if anyone will, but that should be someone to look at. Phillies win 7-2, but that's overall. That's it. You know, a slow day of baseball. We'll talk about these last games. And by the way, Tigers, of course, went on the walk-off fashion. We talked about them earlier in the morning. That was really funny to see. And Royals lose 4-0. But ultimately, that's all I have to say about this game. Really, like I said, I don't have nothing in this game. Uh, I think Luis Castillo goes out with a bang. Maybe a first five under here, but I just don't trust Braxton Garrett enough, unfortunately. So let's move on to the game where the line movement has been the most dramatic. Drew Rasmussen and the Baltimore Orioles here. Drew was a minus 120 favorite early this morning and is now all gone all the way to minus 115 for the Baltimore Orioles. Pretty surprising line movement. I mean, I'm on Tampa Bay. Let me double check here. I don't want to misquote the line. I'm on Tampa Bay team total plus 110. I already gave that officially early this morning. I just don't think that Wells is going to be able to hold down the Rays lineup. But I did mention that the starts earlier in the year for the Baltimore, or for Tyler Wells, I should say, against the Rays was against a lineup that was a little fuller than we've got today. Let's look at confirmed lineups because that is one of the benefits here of being able to do the show later. We get confirmed lineups and everything. And by the way, I did a little bit of mathematicas on my average line, and I don't know if it's 100% right, but we'll talk about it here in just a second. So, confirmed lineups for your Baltimore Orioles and Tampa Bay Rays: Yandy Diaz, Brendan Lau, Rosarina Choi, Paredes, Luke Raley, Betancourt, Josh Lowe, Taylor Walls. I mean, it's not something to be too excited about. And you got 7 mile an hour winds blowing out to right, according to RotoWire. Let's check Ballpark Pal. It's got 9, but it does have it blowing out to the great Baltimore wall over there. So I'm still a fan of that over 4, but it's gonna be interesting. Let me see here. I have Brian Mayer. Let me double check because I might have written it wrong on my notes, actually. So let me double check here. Let me double check. I actually, I didn't even write it down. I didn't even tweet it out. That's interesting. I did not tweet it out. So thank you for catching that, Brett Mayer. I didn't tweet it out. Did I? I bet it, right? Let me, now I've got myself all tied in a knot because I thought I bet the Tampa Bay over, or the team total over. I do already have the full game over 8 minus 120. I think this is one that me and Jimmy talked out. And this is, the benefit of looking back now. I am double checking here, but I took the over at minus 120. It's still there. And I think ultimately, I took the over just because I wanted to rely less on the Rays offense, I suppose. You can get a 4 at minus 105 right now. So Brett, if you can get a much better line for that 4.5, you can get a plus 125 for that 4.5. So, yeah, I think, oh, by the way, Alex Gagnon giving me some good new Mariners news. Let me know what happened, guys, because I'm obviously in Texas and I do not have the streams up right now. So let me know what happened. Shout out to Red Girl for joining us as well. But yeah, I like the Rays here, truthfully, and I'm going to take I took the over here. And Brett, sorry for getting everyone confused there. My notes are a little jumbled up. So I did not take the team total over 4. I took there's just straight up over 8 minus 120. I guess that's a little less reliance, of course, on Tyler Wells. I think he does give up 3 or 4 again, but we'll see. We'll see here. So 4-2 Mariners. 6. Come on, we need 2 more. We need it. We need it, Alex. Thank you. Thank you very much. But I think it's fascinating to see the flip of the line there from the Orioles to the Rays. And the Orioles, man, they've been hot. 4 straight losses to the Rays. I think it's interesting. Obviously, Drew Rasmussen struggles on the road as well there, too. Let me pull up his fan graphs real quick because I didn't have it written down. Classic, Jose. But while I do this, I will mention that, like I said, I did some math, and I believe this is unofficially because I'm not a math guy. Excuse me. Not a math guy. Plus 108 is my season-long average line. Plus 108. So pretty good there. Can't complain, obviously. I thought it'd be a little higher, but plus 108 is still definitely high enough to be pretty happy about it. And by the way, Drew Rasmussen home road splits this year, a 2.09 home ERA in 38 and 2/3 innings pitched, 39 39 innings pitched at home away, excuse me, and then a 4.15. So there you go. I guess if we're doing the parlay there, my man Johnny Guns, first leg of this parlay, I would put the over in here. And typically, I guess in a general format, parlays are meant to be a little more juiced. I guess you can take your minus 150s, make some money on it. But yeah, I'm gonna take the over 8 there. I took it, and I'm gonna take it in our little parlay that we're building in the show. Give us something there. Yeah, Brett, it's just wind blowing out to the Great Wall over there in left field. 9 mile an hour winds according to Roto, or excuse me, according to Ballpark Pal. So 88 degrees too. So if that's what you care about, also. And yeah, J Rod just hit a home run. So shout out to Alex Gagnon saying shout out to the guy who called his home run prop earlier today. That's two in the last 2 days for him coming back. Interesting note there. All right, let's move on. And Johnny, why do the sides seem so trappy in these games? Probably because it is a trap. Who knows? We'll find out here soon, Johnny. I think it's an interesting question. Maybe that might have been the case for the Giants and Diamondbacks game. Because boy, it's a tight game, 2-2. If you bet the full game under, you're probably sweating a little bit, but you're feeling good. Shout out Nasty Nate joining us, J Dub. We'll talk about that Mets series here in a second, but we'll talk about this kind of a breeze by game, Gausman versus the Cardinals here. Oh man, it's just a tough matchup, I guess, for the Cardinals without their two best players. What can you really say? This is the highest underdog that Adam Wainwright has been in his whole career. We talked about that as well. He's at plus 210 now. Highest he has been previously is plus 165. Which was a really interesting note there. Shout out to the database I use. I'll put that database actually in the comments as well because I think it's a good it's just a good resource. I don't know. I find it fascinating to use. So it's called sportsbettingstats.com. Send it in there if you are interested. But yeah, Gausman, I think, is easily a top 3 pitcher in the AL this year. His splitter is phenomenal. Maybe I'm jaded just because he always pitches well against the Red Sox. He pitched in that super blowout game last time. He gave up 3 earned runs on 2 home runs, but I think he was pitching to the score at that point, kind of knowing what the score was, throwing fastballs, just trying to get outs in the quickest way possible, throwing strikes, not trying to get swings and misses and much. So I'm not really worried about his stats last time out. And then Wainwright coming off a really shit start at Cincinnati, 7 earned runs. His struggles away from Busch Stadium are noted. I don't know. I really don't want to put the money line, obviously, for the Blue Jays in the parlay. So I guess if I had to take something for yield show parlay that we're building together here, it wouldn't be a bad minus 1.5 here at minus 135. And just out of curiosity, while we're doing it, I should be building it as the show goes on, actually. So the minus 120 and 135 get you plus 219, just those 2 legs alone. So very interesting. And look at that. Coin saying minus 260 as a parlay piece with the first 5 over in Atlanta. Let's double check. Why not? Let's look at you got a plus 219. Why not take the money line? A plus 154 still. So if you took the money line in the over 8 in the Tampa Bay Rays Orioles game, Blue Jays, you get a plus 154 parlay. Interesting to say the least there. What up, Big Show? Nice to see you joining as well. Keep that weight loss going, my man. A lot more willpower than I do. Shout out to you, my guy. Let's talk about the Subway Series now. What a great atmosphere Citi Field has when this happens too. Same with Yankee Stadium. Domingo Germán, Max Scherzer. Happy birthday to Max Scherzer. We all know it's his birthday now. Kind of expecting him to roll here, but this line has not budged an inch, and that has worried me. I'll be honest, that has worried me. And I'll be honest, I'm leaning towards the over, and I'm leaning towards the Yankees team total over 3. I mentioned it earlier today. And if Pat Corbin would have showed up in that first inning and not given up fucking 6 runs immediately, and we would have had a good game with Nationals Dodgers, perhaps, I would feel a little more comfortable adding just the Yankees team total onto my card. But it's just tough, man. It's just super tough to say here that you're gonna get 3 runs on Max Scherzer with no Mike Stanton in the lineup. And let's pull up RotoWire again because I always close it for some reason. Pull up RotoWire and see what the daily lineups are and the confirmed lineups. LeMahieu, of course, it moved on me. LeMahieu, Judge, Rizzo, Glaber, Carpenter, and we all know fucking Matt Carpenter's the second coming of Jesus Christ, apparently. Josh Donaldson, Aaron Hicks, Kiner-Falefa, Higashioka. 10-mile-an-hour winds as well, but we know from Dami Gunn's weather reports that it kind of swirls there and kind of doesn't make them a difference. So I think that I don't know, guys. I have to pass on this game, truthfully. I don't want to bet against Max Scherzer. I think the 3 is super low, and it's really interesting to me. But man, I don't know. It's just truly the over. The over is what I would be betting in this game, and the line staying so firm to the Mets -180 is a concern. I don't know. Maybe Yankees fans across the world are betting the Mets or the Yankees, excuse me, to keep this line the same. I'm not sure. People talking about Mets first 5. You can get a Mets first 5 -0.5 at -130. I'll write that down for yield parlay as well. I don't want it to be 5 legs, but if you could have 1 leg per, game, I think that would be a little interesting to say the least. But first 5 -0.5 -130. You add that to, and I'll keep. You know what? I've decided since we're doing this parlay, multiple legs, more than 2 legs. Typically if it's more than 2 legs, I wouldn't add the -260 or it's less than 2 legs. 2 legs or less, I should say. But Toronto money line, I'll add that into our little for fun parlay here on a Wednesday afternoon, and I'm also going to add the Mets first 5 -0.5 there. Maybe I should do money line, but we'll do first 5 -0.5. It's at +349 right there, +349. So interesting. And by the way, Banana Boat Float, good stat here. Scherzer hasn't played the Yankees since 2014. That's a long ass time. That is weird. And by the way, Jake Burns, I like your note here. Mets run line looks so easy, but no way I could take the Mets run line. And gas station report, yeah, Mike Stanton. You don't know the power hitter for the Yankees that just went on the IL with an Achilles. I'm trying to keep a straight face, and I can't. I'm trying. But shout out to Giancarlo, I guess. Next game and the last game on our slate, another dramatic line movement here. Red Sox Guardians -130 for the Red Sox earlier today, now down to -123. I'm on the Guardians team total. Let me double check here. Team total over 4 at -105. I'm expecting this to be Nasty Nate Eovaldi's last start on the Red Sox. Maybe he starts one more in Houston. I would like to see his last start, potentially Houston, on August 1st. That would make me really happy. But I don't know, man. It's his home run ball has been killing him this year. The Red Sox have been lifeless. He's gone 2 short outings to start off, 2 tough opponents, obviously. The Guardians are kind of a let-off, but they're still 8th against righties this year, 107, weighted runs created plus. Kyle Quantrill, not bad. Not a pitcher I want to back. So I wouldn't hate if people are taking Guardians money line here, but I'm taking just the Guardians to score some runs here. Nate doesn't go more than 6. 6 would probably be the ideal number for the Red Sox here. If he goes like 5, even 4 innings, I think it'll be a tough time for the bullpen. So I'm on Cleveland team total over there, and that will probably be the last leg of our little parlay here. Obviously, we talked about parlays a whole lot, and shout out to Johnny Guns, who gave the idea. Let's fucking build a parlay here on this show and see if we can't get into some shit. Oh, and of course, with Bovada, Bovada is so finicky about what you can and can't parlay. I can't put the Guardians over 4 in the parlay. So you know what? If you can, I don't know what the number would be. It'll probably be pretty high. Um, I I just truly think that the Red Sox are just dead in the water right now. And Johnny Gunn saying, I've been really looking at the full game over and I think he's going to move on it. Not applicable, likes Cleveland money line. Alex Gagnon talking shit about the marathon, the marathon jerseys. There we go. I don't know why that word escaped me. But yeah, the marathon jerseys, I like them, but whatever. They're 12-4 now overall wearing them, which is kind of funny. Um, and by the way, Alex, you're 100% right. This is just your shits and giggles, building a parlay with plays I like, and I think I am going to end up keeping it to 3, which is kind of in that your range there. I think 2 to 3 is probably the max, and I think 2 cross sport is the money zone. But it's just parlays are interesting because we all have different theories on them. I try to parlay as least as possible. If Jimmy and I talked about it frequently and thoroughly today, so go check that out. Like I said, betting with the bag. But yeah, we'll talk about that parlay that I will go ahead and make official. We'll see. We'll see if it cashes. But all this talk about parlays makes me, I guess, itchy for one, and we'll place one in here for today. So let's recap our plays here real quick. Thanks everyone for watching this quick, 20-ish minute version of Say Hey Plays. It's always a fun time when we can break down a card with Jimmy the Bag. We did that fully this morning. It was a good time, so watch that. And thanks for watching this, of course, if you guys are. So I'll recap all my plays from earlier today as well. Obviously, some of these have gone, and I cannot check the score on all of these right now. So, just recap the plays and talk about the parlay at the end. Cleveland team total over 4 minus 105. Loser on Nationals first 5 money line, probably full game money line, and probably Nationals team total over 3.5 there. So a brutal triple up on the Nationals. That's going to cost me tomorrow morning. It's going to really bother me when I wake up. Giants first 5 minus a half, loses 2-2. Logan Webb gives up another run in the 4th inning, and just that's how the cookie crumbles on that fucking end. Texas Seattle over 8. Give me the updates on that when you guys can. We're 2 runs away, so it'll be interesting. Oakland first 5 plus a half at plus 105 cash. Thankfully, one fucking winner today. Tampa Bay, Baltimore over 8 minus 120. And that is all the plays officially from earlier today. Now, just quickly, the parlay that I will be making official. I did just bet it at 1 unit. My unit size is not big, obviously, so I'm not going to stress too much if it doesn't hit. But is that plus, let me double check, plus 342. Plus 342 parlay. I have to write this down because I have to put this in my official record later. It is the over 8 in Tampa Bay, Baltimore, the Blue Jays money line, and the Mets first 5 minus a half, minus 135 for that. Minus 260. I'm used to taking the plus 260s. Minus 260, and over 8 is minus 124 there. So let's see what happens today. We'll see. Maybe that parlay gets us out of a little of a hole we built with the Nationals, unfortunately for them. Maybe the Nationals come through some late runs. Who knows? But thanks, everyone, for watching. LJ from H-Town, Houston. I'll be doing a show from Houston, yes. I think I'll be doing just a quick one in my hotel room, LJ, because the game, we'll be getting there at like 3 or 4, something like that. I'm not sure. So I'm going to bang one out before I just jump on over to the stadium. So it'll be interesting. That day is going to be an interesting day. Fingers fucking crossed the Wi-Fi is good, because I don't want the Say Hey streak to end like that. That would suck. But thanks, everyone, for watching. Coin in here. Coin, by the way, letting me know. Rangers threatening. Come on, Rangers. We need some runs. How about a little OT, huh? A little extra innings? That'd be great. Abel A in here. Alex Gooding. Astros losing again. You hate to see it. You hate to see it. Johnny Guns. Yeah, I don't know why you can't parlay team total, and that's weird. By the way, I heard one of my friends asked me the other week for a play or something like that. Or I shouldn't say something like that. He asked me for some plays because he was in Vegas, and I told him like blah 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 team total, and they said that the casinos didn't offer him. I was like, what? You're not offering team totals? So let me know about that, guys. I thought that was interesting. If you guys are in Vegas, bet there often. Let me know about the team totals. Do you not get them in the casinos? I don't know. That's just my novelness in there. Lessman, the gas station report. I'm technically from Venezuela, born there. I grew up in Virginia. So yeah, and if you're referring to me calling, excuse me, Giancarlo Mike, I call him Mike Stanton all the time. He is one of my least favorite Yankees, so he gets the Mike Stanton treatment. He gets the Mike Stanton treatment. Not applicable. Banana boat float coin. Jake Burns not applicable again. Lit picks. Rocco Rogers. Moneyline Mills. Nasty Nate. Jake Valiant. Shout out to you, Big Show picks. All you guys. Brett Maher. J Dub. Slow Jams. Red Girl. William Torres. Abel A. You guys have all been spectacular. Thank you guys as always. Wine Time Sports, are your one unit plays $100? No, they are not. I wish they were. Wine Time. I am a recent college grad. Well, I don't even know how long I can say that. Recent college graduate student, just been my excuse to be poor. No, I'm a poor person. My bet sizes are lower than that. If you want to know my bet size, you can DM me on Twitter at Jose Bouquett. We can talk about that. So it'll be interesting. The gas station report asking about the Boston love. I grew up in Roanoke, Virginia, and Salem, Virginia is like 20 minutes from there, and the Single A Red Sox affiliate was there. So it was just an easy latch on, and then from the Red Sox, the Celtics, Bruins, and everyone else came, except for the Patriots. I do not like the Patriots. I am a Jets fan. Shout out to Mark Sanchez for sure. Brett Maher, is this your main job? Yes, this is my only job. Yeah, I am. This is my only job. So yes, good questions there. I appreciate your questions, by the way, at the end of the show. You can ask them anytime, and I will gladly answer them as always. But that will conclude today's show. We'll be back here tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be a special show. I'll tell you that. 5:30 Eastern, 4:30 Central. A debut on Say Hey Plays. Clint McLean, Click McLean, as I call him, the diehard MMA podcast host, MMA guy, coming to join us on a special Thursday edition. Juliana Pena fighting this weekend, the Venezuelan Vixen. I can't fucking wait for that. You guys might remember me taking her money line last time against Amanda Nunes, and she beat her ass. That was awesome. He'll be there to cap the baseball card, which I know it's shocking. MMA guy coming to cap baseball. He's going to come cap the card with us. Maybe we'll talk some MMA too. And for you guys that follow all things Pub Sports and Pub Culture Radio, Foxy Boxing this Thursday, mañana, tomorrow night, 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m. fights, all live on Pub Culture Radio. I'll be calling the fights with Cecilia from 210 La Chismosa. We had a great first time doing it. Those videos are still live on Pub Culture Radio. You can go find them under the 210 La Chismosa playlist. It's a great time. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a fun time. Who knows what's going to happen? Who knows what's going to happen? Because you can get shit like this happen.
Oh boy, do we call it black?
I knew it. I told you.
Oh!
There you go. Alex Gagnon. Alex, this takes up a lot of time, unfortunately. So the second job grind is unfortunately not possible. I put a lot of time into this to make it as best as possible. So I will devote myself to the pub. And hopefully, never know what's going to happen in the future. So it's going to be fun for sure. Stimmy OG, I do not have an OnlyFans. Maybe I should have an OnlyFans. I'm looking at my feet right now. They're looking pretty nice. They're looking pretty nice. And yes, the Jets. The Jets are, I know. I'm sorry. The Jets are a tough team. They're a tough team, but Mark Sanchez is my guy, and I believe in them. But that's it, guys. As for the third time, I've been trying to close this show. I'm notorious for these super long outros. But this is what we do here on Say Hey Plays. We'll catch you guys tomorrow. Clint, UFC, baseball, boobies, all here on Say Hey Plays, 4:30 Central, 5:30 Eastern, right here on Pub Sports Radio.